What's up, everyone? I'm Chris Puckett with my co-host Dmaq, and we're here to bring you another episode of the Stride Championship Series. In this episode, we'll be going over some Construct Team Slayer gameplay from our Orlando broadcast. Dmaq, who are we watching today?
Well, Puckett, in the first part of today's episode, we'll quickly glance over the match between Final Boss and Classic, and then afterwards take a closer look at the game between Instinct and Triggers Down. Now, both Instinct and Triggers Down went through some major team changes during the offseason, and everyone was excited to see how their new lineups would perform. Now, for the Stride Championship Series, Victory X and Hysteria have the most riding on tonight's matches.
Victory X finished third in last year's competition, and Hysteria, who is our 2008 Stride champion, finished 7th. Because Instinct and Classic finished 1st and 2nd respectively, these would be key games for our featured players to win. Posting positive spreads against these two teams would lead to great scores on the Stride leaderboard.
Glancing over last year's scores, we can see that Victory X usually performs a bit better on Construct. But since this game type has been changed slightly from 2009, it wouldn't be surprising to see some new trends emerge.
Absolutely. So let's listen in, guys, and see what the players had to say going into the match.
Construct Team Slayer against Team Classic, we're just going to try to get top control early, drop down for the camos when we need to. That's really crucial. We're going to try to drop down for the camos, make sure they either burn it or we get it. We'll sacrifice top control for that because it's that important.
Construct Team Slayer definitely favors our team. I don't think we really lost this tournament. In our warm-ups, we haven't lost, and just the camo, it adds a whole new, type of, stealth to the game type. And Chig, one of my teammates, is actually unbelievable with it.
The best way to rack up kills is just having top control, watching all the whiffs, and making sure that they don't sneak up sword legs and mid gold or back gold to open ramp.
I know that we were overlooked at the last 2 tournaments, so personally, I love being an underdog. I love being overlooked because they're not going to be ready.
So both teams talking about the importance of the camo. The camouflage is new to this game type for 2010 and was put into the game to help break setups. Let's take a look at the game and see how both teams used it.
All right, so here we go, taking a look at the map. Construct Team Slayer, it's the first team to 50 kills. You got the rockets up top, the sniper down low, and the camo now bottom middle. But the guy who's been the hottest today for Final Boss is the one we're going to be watching for the first half of this game. I think it's going to be Fear itself.
I like the choice.
All right, and let's listen in with Final Boss to open this game up, and we will follow the power-ups as soon as we see someone get them. But right now, it's kind of been a stalemate. Neither team able to get in a position to pick those up.
Under glass, one shot.
Say what?
One shot, under glass.
Where?
Under glass, sword.
Sword.
Close leg, one shot.
Sword, 2 sword. Victory X weak.
Scott, we got to come back in on this one. We saw Tzatziki get the camo. It was 16-16. He won his battle against Ghost Ayami, was able to get that power up. And then since then, we saw Classic get up top, take control momentarily. And let's listen in with Final Boss. The camo strategy is the key to this game type. Let's listen in and see what they do to set up using this camo.
One sword.
One hit over the street. Lobby, open the lobby. Good shot. Rotate that lobby. Lobby, maybe the sword. I don't know.
Open lobby. I'm nading.
Close street. Close street. I don't open fear. Lobby, weak. Close weak. Close lobby.
Lobby, back to you.
They're all weak. Last guy.
And Ogre 2 just a little too aggressive. 36-30 Final Boss still stuck in the basement. Victory X hurting some players up and open. Here comes Ogre 2 to clean up the kills, and there's the double. And great escape by Tzatziki there, waiting for his teammate to come in and put some shots on Victory X. Was able to sneak down low and then came up right behind Victory on the warp. Now it's 49-41. Tzatziki just missing that 50th kill with the snipe, but Soldier 187 chases it down. There we go, 50-41. It's all tied up at 1.
Construct TS against Classic, we got down early and we just couldn't seem to get control of the top back. We'd get up, we'd get a few kills, but we couldn't clean them out and never really got full top control. And we just trailed them pretty much the whole game. And we got a camo towards the end, and I got a kill and made a pretty good push, but they cleaned us out of sword, and they were up by 6-10 the whole game, and we ended up losing by 7, I don't know, I forget. I don't know, I think I got a lot of cleanup kills that game. I lifted up, it was one time Cam weakened 2 guys up the purple, and I was following him, and just so happened get a nade off and kill them both, stuff like that. I was just working with my teammates, and I always happened to be the guy that was getting the cleanup, I guess.
A great individual performance there by Ogre 2 in that last game. Despite his team not coming out on top, he definitely played at the top of his game and had an impressive showing. Let's go now to our second match from Saturday and see what those players had to say.
Best way to rack up kills on Construct Team Slayer is definitely just to get up top, control, and then control rockets. You can easily get a 10 kill swing. We, Instinct, and I believe it was maybe Dallas 09, we came back from, I think, 15 to 20 kills down against Straight. And I mean, it's really easy to come back as long as you just get top control and just watch the purples.
For Construct Team Slayer, our team wants to control up top, but whenever the camo is spawning, we want to make sure that we send someone down to at least stop them from getting it.
So you gotta make sure you get it. And a lot of teams like to push back gold or into sword, but we like to get it and give the camo guy snipe because you can't see him and he just gets a bunch of overkills. Neighbor.
I think with Neighbor they're going to be worse than with Hines. I don't see Neighbor as like a good team player like Hines was.
The most overrated player, hands down, is Neighbor. In my opinion, he's a cancer. He just isn't a good teammate, in my opinion. He's a very good player, but just not a good teammate, in my opinion.
I think the most overrated player on Instinct would definitely be Roy. I think he's been getting hyped up since 08, and he's definitely simmered down since then.
Here we go, we're getting this one started with Neighbor from Triggers Down, and let's listen in with TD to start this game.
I got rocketed. Rockets are, I don't know. All right, what I guess we're gonna wait for Mason. I don't think they're there. They're just trying to take some shots.
Just take some shots, man.
They're watching back.
Thank you.
They know that. Did you wait?
Bank nade!
Push up. Sword like, he's 2 weeks still. Sword, one shot, sword, rockets. See two guys.
Dude, nobody lifted up.
Yes, I tried. One shot close, purple. He's going close.
Watch sword. Don't stand there, he's got a sniper.
Someone watch sword.
Alright, nice.
Is anybody watching sword?
Nice.
Don't let him get sword.
Yeah, just don't get sniped either. I got purples watch. They're gonna wait for OS or camo, that's fine. I'll eat
Should I drop down with rockets?
Let's have two guys go. Let's have two guys go main ramp.
No, let's have rocket guy drop and just rocket towards camo at 13. But make sure we have a sniper guy. We can't let them get sniped, so just have a guy fucking snipe spawn or something.
The camera guy's gonna be in the air, so I'll go main ramp. And rocket guy, you go basement, okay?
Yeah, go buttle.
You guys have to get on streets and watch that shit. I don't think
Alright, I'm leaving gold. I'm leaving gold.
Be with Kyle.
Yep, I'm here.
Alright, what should I do?
You guys watch the top.
Just Roy and my let's run it. Alright, I'm gonna drop down OT. I'm gonna drop down T2 right now.
That camo's coming up in 3 seconds.
I'll get him.
One shot, Mason. I got Mason.
One shot, Mason.
I got two.
Last guy, that was last guy.
And that was the perfect execution by Triggers Down, or by Instinct there, guys. They sent Lunchbox down low. He picked up the kill on Hysteria, stole his sniper rifle. Now his twin brother Roy has both camo, or he has both the sniper and the rockets, and they burned the camo.
And it was really perfect execution due to the communication. That's what really separated that play for Triggers Down. Or for Instinct, I'm sorry.
And here we go, 15-8, Instinct in control of game 2, just like they were in control of game 1 the entire time. And we were watching as Roy was just taken down over on the open side, but he's coming up back gold. Oh My Warrior was in the lobby, but he's gonna be picked off. Let's jump back on board with Roy. He's pushing open street and spawning his teammates up top.
And when you look at Instinct during this game, it's really all about the execution, really suppressing the big plays, not letting Triggers Down have a game-changing moment where they gain some momentum.
And the new rockets are coming up. There they are, and let's see who can get them. This will be kind of the biggest shift you can see in Team Slayer on Construct. Whoever gets the rockets normally gets control, Scott.
Oh, definitely, Chris, because the rockets are such a big factor. Even if you don't have control, you can send a decoy up gold, have him die, and then you'll know where that guy is top gold. Then you can slowly start making your way to get top control.
You saw Elmai going for those rockets. He was taken down. The rockets fall down, bottom, middle. Lunchbox putting shots on Neighbor, who was able to pick him up. And Neighbor now getting his shield back, is going up close purple, and he's picking up kills on Roy. Lunchbox looking for Neighbor. He finds Hysteria. No scopes for you, son. It's my sniper. And Instinct just looking super solid here. They're not overextending. Lunchbox could have charged into lobby, but instead wisely backs up on close street to watch the purple.
Yeah, and they're doing it perfectly. Triggers Down is just falling into their trap. They just look mindless right now. Instinct is playing they're controlling the pace so well that Triggers Down has no idea what to do.
Yeah, it's almost as if Triggers Down is going where Instinct wants them to go. That's how good it looks.
And we just saw as Hysteria picked up the camo. This is where Instinct really needs to be cautious. And then let's jump on board with Hysteria to see how Triggers Down plays this. They're all on the bottom of the map. They need to retake top control to retake the lead.
Open lobby weak. Close purple. Open lobby weak. Roy. 2 guys close purple weak. They're going to be. Stay alive, Mason. O2, up. No, O2. Lift it up, weak. Look out through an AJ, guys. Back up through an AJ. Don't run. Don't rush. Weakest sword. Bubble, 1 shot. Someone please look at bubble. There's 2 guys. Shot open. Shot open. One there. O2. Fine, ready? Jump down, 1 shot. Yeah, C2. Here's a sniper. 2 guys in open. No. Two in there. That's sniper there. Keep going. 2 in open, 1's one hit. Close or like. Someone push open. Open hand. Watch the flash. Yeah, I'm looking. He's sniping. Yes. Yeah. Class. 2 guys. Cause weak. Still weak. Weak in there. Bubble. 2 guys close down bubble. 2 guys away. Open. Close. 1 shot open. Weak. Close purple. Weak. Close purple. Alright, back up. I'm here. Mason, just one low. Nice job. And close street. I couldn't get away. Close street. Open street.
And Triggers Down is back. Hysteria heating up with the sniper, Scott.
Yeah, this is just an impressive showing. This is the Hysteria from the 2008 season where everyone feared him. This isn't the 2009. He is back.
Hysteria starting this series off a little bit slow on Heretic, but there's no power weapons on Heretic. He's pretty hot when he gets one of those sniper rifles. As you saw, he already has 12 kills. Neighbor has 11 kills. Combined, they have 23 of their team's 35, but it's 40-36. Instinct still with the lead, and after Hysteria dies, we're jumping back on board with the blue team. Elmite Warrior just got the camo. And he's going to have to do something big here, Scott, because all of Instinct just died up top.
And I was just about to say, I believe the Rockets got naded down by Elamite Warrior by accident, and now he has Rocket Camo. This is the first time we're going to see a camo guy with a power-up on our broadcast.
Alrighty, so Camo Rockets gets naded, and he's getting hunted down here by Neighbor and Hysteria. Perfect execution of the Camo Rocket guy. 42-40, though, as Instinct is still able to hold on to the lead. It's now just a 1-kill game, but we have Lunchbox with the Rockets down low.
Good job by Triggers Down right there, not overextending. If I was in that position, I probably would have charged for those Rockets because I know if I have them in my hands, I'm going to win the game.
All right, so 42-41. How does Triggers Down play this? We know how Instinct's going to play this. They're just going to wait for that new camo coming up in about 1:30.
I'm going up, yeah. They're here. I got it.
Lunchbox taking out SK, trading kills top purple, but now we're seeing as Triggers Down is taking the lead in this game. Remember, they came off on a very slow start. Hysteria had the momentum changing as soon as he picked up that sniper rifle, and now they have the lead after executing Elmite Warrior, who picked up that camo. Let's jump back on board with TD. They're up top, and there's no power weapons in the hands of Instinct anymore. So Pistola right now just sitting back sword. Scott, his job is to watch both purples as well as the 2 sword ramps.
Yeah, and now this is a very important position because this is the key. His teammates are all focusing on everything else besides the purples and sword. If he doesn't pay attention, he can lose complete control.
And we have Neighbor sitting back old. He is looking down through the glass watching that. SK is set up in the open purple, and Hysteria is back gold close street. And there you hear Pistola call out the player coming up close. Now you're going to see Pistola and Hysteria pinch in on him, but it's nobody. It's the Phantom Menace. It's the camo guy. Wait, no one has camo. They just freaked out. There we go. Lunchbox has the camo. We're jumping on board with Instinct. Once again, they're down by 2. They need 7 before Triggers Down gets 5.
Now Lunchbox has to make sure he is not aggressive with this camo. He just has to get behind the guy in sword, back whack him, and then start taking over control from there. If he's the least bit aggressive, this team is going to lose.
And there's Lunchbox calling out Pistol's location. Let's listen in for the end of this game, Scott.
I got one. Close street, I know. Rockets up.
And Rockets came up at this time as Elmite Warriors pushing close. That's going to open up the kill for Lunchbox. SK got the Rockets, but he's hurt bottom middle. Lunchbox needs to stay alive with his camo. He's got another 30 seconds on it. 46-46, it's all tied up. Cloud fighting in the sword. Lunchbox trying to get into position to help out. Roy is coming up the sword ramp to flank, and they have Triggers Down trapped in lobby. Here we go, Instinct taking the charge. Here it is, 49-47, just 1 kill away now. SK dropping down bottom middle, trying to stay alive as he's getting hunted. Neighbor, Hysteria, and Pistol all up top, back gold. SK the only player down low, and he is on laser ramp. Triggers Down cannot give up any deaths.
Jason, block purples. Let's go.
And Cloud is pushing in first. He's got backup from Roy. They're going for this final kill, back gold, and they get it. Absolutely huge game number 2. You saw Instinct come off to a great start. Triggers Down came right back with the help from Hysteria and Neighbor, but in the end, it was the clutch plays out of Instinct using that camo to win game 2.
Game 2, I wouldn't say was easy. It came down to the last basically push that we made. Cloud had a great strategy of just pushing them back gold, so 3 of our guys went close street to back gold, and it worked out perfectly.
Well, we got off to a slow start in game 2, but near the end we started getting some momentum and almost brought it back, and just things didn't go well for us at the end, and we ended up losing by a few kills.
I was able to go so positive just because me and my teammates were running around together, double teaming a lot of people, and our teamwork just kind of ousted them. We definitely worked better together, and there wasn't a lot of individual battles on our end.
Despite his team losing, Hysteria still posted some killer stats against the team that eventually won the tournament. Dmaq, I think it's now time that you show us the rest of the leaderboard.
All right, Puckett. Well, last episode, we got a glance at the bottom 4 players on the Stride leaderboard. This time, let's take a look at our top 4 leaders. Kicking us off at our number 4 is Cloud. He's the 3rd member of Instinct to make it into the top 8. At number 3, we have our veteran on the circuit, Legend from Darkest Hour. And then there's a 2-way tie for first place. We have Arcanum from Category 5, who won both his Stride matches with remarkable spreads to get to the top. And then our other leader is Enable from Status Quo. He actually had the most kills out of anyone in the top 8.
It's kind of awesome, Dmaq. 2 fresh faces towards the top of our leaderboard. So there you have it, guys, the full post-Orlando Stride Championship standings. Make sure to check back with us after our MLG Columbus event in June to see how the rest of this year's competition progresses.